enjoying life and going with the flow.
All right, we are now live with the Coach Bergen Show, episode 23. And our guest today is Anthony Lewis, Shottie Tha General. I think I pronounced that right. Shottie Tha General. And I think I pronounced that right. Anthony. The other way. There we go. How's it going?
What's going on, Chief?
What up? All right. So, what is new and good? Do you have any competitions coming up? Do you have anything big news? What's new?
Definitely. Thanks to the opportunity of reality fighting, I got a match coming up January 3rd, Mohegan Sun in Connecticut.
Awesome. Awesome.
Uh,
All right. So you are gonna was there a belt that's involved? Because I remember seeing a title on your story.
no,
No.
that's
Okay.
those belts are special to me because I won them on
Just
my
those.
birthday earlier this year.
Okay, so maybe that's what I saw on your story, and then I was just like, oh, okay, he's competing for a title. Um, but cool. All right, who are you competing against?
Um, I don't know his name. It starts with a K. I saw a few of his matches.
Okay. Doesn't really matter anyway. He's
No,
gonna lose to
I'm
you,
a
so
I'm gonna
you know.
expect the same thing. Like Gordon Ryan, Roteo brothers, Mikey. Even though if I never face against them, that's who my mindset is on that I might be going against.
Mm. Well, they might show up. I mean, in our last podcast, we ended up deciding that Spencer Manovich is going to be competing against Hoist Gracie and Brock Lesnar on January 3rd. So, um,
Right.
you know, it's going to be a huge card. It sounds like at Reality Fighting, and that's pretty cool. You're going to be on the card too. So, I don't know. You might have to go against Mikey Musumeci. I mean, it's already a stacked card. I bet you could get him on it.
That's crazy. And what's good about this match, what's special, it's the first one since my birthday that I'm not injured.
Okay,
Like I had a
awesome.
super fight last year with World Grappling Championship as a white belt, but it was after I had a work accident of breaking a rib and a half and pinching a nerve. But it wasn't that difficult. You just figure out different ways to roll and train. And then with Nate, the last one from Top Level Pro, it was a draw. But 2, 3 weeks, finally hitting the triangle how I want, I pulled my groin so bad, like in the mat, like it's no excuse. The mat was slippery, so I fell a few times. He even fell. He got a good half a takedown. Almost had a back take. I escaped out of it. But then it was one time he did trip me up, and when I fell, my cup hit my groin so hard. Yep. Him and the ref, I'm like, no, 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 it was my cup. It went into my groin, like. But that was
Yeah.
just dumb. Instead of like accepting, listen, acknowledge your body. That when the check engine light come on, I should have been like, listen, I can't take the match. But it was still a good match. But I didn't put it out there or show any like leg injuries, even like the little videos that I put up, anything to do with legs. If it was feeling a little off and strange, I want to show it because I'll give the other person an advantage.
Mm. Right, right, right. And you want to minimize that as much as possible.
Yeah, so this is the first time that the body is 100%. So
Awesome. Awesome.
definitely want to put on a show, some randomness, like not just salute to all the wrestlers, but some of these matches that be coming out from any platform across the world, it's too long of a hand fighting. Like, if you got a dope way to pull guard, do it. If you
Mm.
got an Amari roll, do it. Do something. Like, it's jujitsu. It's not
Right,
wrestling.
right,
Like,
right, right. Yeah. I think that with grappling matches, wrestling starts to dominate it, like at least in the beginning, until you
mhm.
get to the mat, and then jiu-jitsu kind of takes over from there. But because it all starts standing, I think people are going to rely on wrestling more so than jiu-jitsu to try and get that takedown. Because I think like it's almost programmed out of us to not jump guard because of the way MMA is, that like you're gonna put yourself in a bad position, you know, if you're jump guard and you know you're just leaving yourself open essentially.
And there's also research, YouTube or a book on Aikido, a
mm,
nice little lock or something while you're playing on the little hand games. Okay, you want to keep playing? Boop boop tap. Like yo, what just happened? Caught him with a day one Aikido move or something.
nice,
Like if you see some of my workouts, they might have some MMA resemblance, wrestling or kung fu or some backyard made up stuff. But for me, it's effective.
mm,
Like, and it'd be weird when I like roll with or go against somebody that comes from wrestling. And they be like, "Yo, how many years you wrestled for?" And blah blah blah. Like, nah, that's just cousins, uncles, people that friends that went to a high school that had wrestling. Yo, bro, I can take you down. No, you can't. From just growing up scrambling, but now learning what moves is actually useful and energy efficient. It's like, oh, I'm ready to smoke somebody.
yeah. Now you're dominating. Now
Yeah,
you're gonna dominate.
definitely.
Awesome. So we've got some fan submitted questions. All right. Um, let's see. All right. When you stare your opponent in the eyes before a fight, are you looking into their soul or just trying to remember if you left the oven on?
The soul part.
Mm,
Because you want to see if you could feel it through his eyes, if he got the intentions to like almost take your life, or he just looking for a good match, or like it's the eyes. That random thinking of, you're not thinking of that. That's more like the
you're
boxer's
focused.
world when a boxer catch a random boom. Where's my car keys? Did I leave the microwave on? Like, what the fuck? If you get me halfway into some type of lock, submission hold, I'm not thinking of no. If my wife's cheating on me, I'm thinking like, nah, if I let that hand go, it's over.
Mm,
So
yeah. All right. Next question. If cauliflower ear is a badge of honor, does that make ranch dressing your championship belt? Wow, that's a stupid question. All right. You can give an answer if you want. Otherwise, I'm skipping it. But
no and yes, I guess.
no and yes. All right. Next one. Have you ever punched somebody so hard you accidentally solved one of their childhood issues?
Yes.
Hmm.
I
It
had
seems like it would be
somebody
tough to know.
I was cool with somebody that had every excuse in the world of if your woman over talk, then you beat them like a stranger on the street. But then once hanging around me, and he's prideful, like, yo, nobody's gonna get involved in my relationship, blah, 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 blah. Like, all right, bro, but I don't tolerate certain things. And unfortunately, it happened, and it was just a quick.
Hmm.
And out of respect, that's my guy to this day. But out of respect, it happened in front of his kids. We went in the room, nobody didn't watch. Had a quick tussle, no face body shots. But the first whop from him putting his hands on her in front of me was in the face. But after that, never. Like it actually changed them. Then one day, like we sat down, a little special activities, and was like, "Yo, bro, you know what? Since that day, because I've been moved away. It's like, yo, even when she get too much and say some, oh, I done did something with this guy or this kid might not be yours. I still haven't put my hands on it.
Hmm.
Even though
Right.
he's only like 5'5",
Even
145,
still, though,
150. Yeah. So I
I'm not
wasn't
okay
trying
with
to
that
abuse
either.
him. He
So I
know
get it.
that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I
definitely.
and I understand like it's probably more difficult at other times than, than others, but like still, it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah.
Now, if my
Uh,
mother gets into an argument with another woman her age, and that lady thinks it's gonna be a head up, no.
mm,
Me and my mom about to well on this chick. It ain't no. Now, if it's my wife versus another woman, I'll let them square up, let them
mhm.
get some even hits and break it up. But if it looks like she's
Okay.
losing from the rip, nope, 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 nope. But the guy that went viral for defending his wife against those chicks, salute to him. I would have did the same thing. If I'm coming back with our drinks and you see your girl getting handled by 5 other girls, you're gonna drop the drinks and start dropping some ladies. And
Yeah, I
that's
would
not
probably throw the drinks.
like Chris Brown, Ike Turner type of situation.
Mm. I don't know the situation, but if it sounds like for me in that case, what I would do is probably throw the drinks, not necessarily at them, but near them to try to scare them a little bit,
No,
and then try to break it up from there. But
it's 5 women on your
yeah,
girl and say that ground and pounding her.
yeah, no, that's not good. That's not
No,
good.
somebody you're not gonna be on my lady, my love of my life,
Yeah,
whatever, etc.
yeah, you gotta at that point just be super protective and not like calm and rational. I
Exactly.
get it. Yeah, it's a weird thing because it's like, time and place and
Hmm.
situations are always different and it can't necessarily just be like a blanket statement either, I guess, of like never
Yeah.
hit women ever because it's like you don't want to, obviously, and that's not a good
No,
thing. But
definitely
sometimes it
not.
is necessary. I get like in the case that you're saying, um, where you're defending yours. But I don't know. It's a weird
It's a
thing.
slippery
But
slope.
it's a slippery slope. Exactly. Exactly.
6'7",
And then,
6'7".
um, all right, let's go on to the next fan question, though. What's the best way to win an argument with your reflection after a bad sparring session? Do you argue with your reflection? Mm. We're our own worst enemies.
Definitely, definitely. And I have a gap, so it's easier to abuse them.
Mm.
So like I can hit below the belt and right back up. A quick little haircut and build them up with some positive something. Like, I don't know. But nah, I mistreat that, especially if it's not a good role. If it's a night that you shouldn't have went and you should have stayed home and now everybody's smoking you,
Mm.
like nah. And don't let it be a night you get smoked by everybody, gi and no gi. Then you
Right.
really gotta, bruh. That's
Right.
like I think I survived and went through the blue belt blues.
The Blue Belt Blues. Okay, I've never heard that
Everybody say
before.
that's a curse. I definitely went. I had reasons, legit excuses, but that little beating up in the mirror, it helps. It helps.
Mm. Yeah, the self-reflection for sure. All right. Next question. If you could fight one mythical creature, would it be Bigfoot or your eighth grade gym teacher?
Well, because of so much love I done got from jujitsu, would be Bigfoot.
If he
Like
exists.
definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I feel like he would probably be tough to beat, though. Like, it's probably huge.
Yeah, and that'll be harder than the 100 men versus one gorilla scenario because Bigfoot is so smart.
Mm.
Oh man, that would be crazy, but rather Bigfoot. You said eighth grade gym teacher?
Or eighth grade gym teacher. Yeah. That was the
Nah,
question.
he was cool. He was cool. He was dope.
Oh, yeah. So you got no reason to. So I guess you have to
Yeah,
fight Bigfoot. You know?
yeah, definitely.
All right. How would you beat him?
It won't just be jujitsu. Grab 2 hands of dirt straight to the eyes. Not gonna waste time with a nut shot, and that might give him like a surge of adrenaline. Go for one leg.
What if he doesn't even
Some
have nuts, though? He might not even have
I
them.
know, right? Like
I don't know. We haven't dissected Bigfoot enough to really know
he
if
might be
he
asexual.
he might not. Yeah, he might be trans for all we know. You
Wait,
know,
he might be he. It might be
in today's world,
them, Jim. Like that's crazy.
I don't know. I don't know, but I don't. I
What
don't
does
think he could kick
Bigfoot?
in the balls.
What does Bigfoot identify as? That's a
I'm
that's a
not. I don't know.
question.
I keep saying him, but it could be a they them for all I know. Could be a
Somebody
she.
needs to put that on a shirt.
Yeah, Bigfoot is a they them.
You're about
I'm
to get
making a meme.
canceled.
That's gonna be a lot easier than a shirt.
Don't get canceled.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I mean, if I get canceled because of calling Bigfoot trans, potentially, like, I don't know. I think that's, I think that's, it was gonna happen either way. I'm gonna get canceled eventually anyway, so fuck it. Might as well attack Bigfoot, right? An enemy that doesn't even exist. So that way we're good. All right, next question.
But if he does 2-on-1, that's just
2-on-1,
we go.
yeah. Oh my god. Bro, I bet his whole hand would be bigger than my body. Like, and he could just pick me up and just fucking crush me just by gripping his hand.
Your
Oh my
whole
god.
torso.
Yeah. Probably wouldn't be that hard. I imagine that he's probably super big and strong. But like probably the only fighter that has a good chance with him would be Brock Lesnar. Just because of the size and fucking speed and whatever. But
And the guy that played the Mountain in Game of Thrones.
okay. He's big. I'm not sure
Yeah.
who he is, but I'm aware of it. Like I've heard of it. I'm just not.
No, put him in costume.
Okay. All right.
Leave
All
him
right.
in and leave him in the costume of the Mountain, and there you go. Him and Brock, the job gets done.
Perfect. Yeah, we can rely on them to defeat Bigfoot. If the world needs saving, Brock Lesnar and the guy that plays the Mountain, they'll be the ones to save us. Perfect.
Definitely.
Perfect. Perfect. Now we just got to rely on Dana White to make that happen. You know,
If you
make
whisper it
sure
in
that his
Joe
financial
Rogan's
protectors.
ear, if
Yeah.
you whisper it in Joe Rogan's ear, and make it to Dana White.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at
That's
the
true.
UFC BBJ.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
BJJ. What the fuck did I say?
BJJ. Yeah, I don't know, but whatever. I get what you're saying. Because they have a grappling division now too. Is it Zupa grappling? Is that what it is, or is that
I don't
separate?
know.
Okay, because I know
I
they
just know
started
the
like
heavyweight
Zupa
champ
boxing.
is. I know the heavyweight champ is Mike Flower, and salute to
Okay,
him because he's a people's champ. He responds. You could DM him. I even tried to like, yo, 5,000. Would you come to Mass? He was like, I'll give you the belt for that. Like, listen, wait. Don't make me try to like promote something, set something up, but like
yeah.
especially in Springfield, Massachusetts, we got the casino, but they don't have nothing pulling in anything. So
Mm.
having any one of those big name guys to come over here, and it helps other blue belts that might have just got their blue belt. Like, listen, stick and stay. You might have legit reasons or bullshit reasons to go through your little blue belt blues, but don't do it. Like, don't do it.
Can you send me his Instagram when we're done, so that way
Definitely.
because I feel like if he's somebody you can reach out to that will like actually respond,
He
then
does.
that would be somebody I'd love to have on the podcast. Especially
Definitely.
if he's a champion in the UFC.
Yeah,
Um,
heavyweight 205 division.
Heavyweight 205. Okay, shit.
UFC on BJJ.
Okay. Huh. Awesome. All right. So I'm gonna have to definitely look into that, and maybe we'll get him in a future episode. All right. Next one. All right. A lot of these questions really suck. If you were a cereal, would you be Frosted Flakes or just pure elbows?
What was the second one?
Pure elbows, which isn't a cereal.
Like pasta?
Pure elbows, like throwing elbows, I guess. I don't know what the
No,
fuck they're saying. To be honest with
that's
you, there's some
weird.
weird wording here. All right, let's just go to the next one. When you shadow box, do you ever lose to the shadow?
Yeah. Because
You lo-
your silhouette looks way smoother than you do. You look back at your hand, look at the silhouette, and it gets
Mm.
you more into a flow state.
Does he ever make you tap out?
Nah.
No. Okay, good, good, because that would be tough. I think you're just beating yourself at that point.
Definitely.
All right. How many chicken nuggets do you eat before a weigh-in just to feel dangerous? Just to feel dangerous. Like I think
None.
I don't know. None. Yeah. Do you even
None.
eat chicken nuggets?
I haven't had McDonald's since or Wendy's.
Well, Big Y has chicken nuggets too,
Since
so they don't
22,
necessarily have to be fast food.
any of them.
Any of them.
Now the what is it? The grass fed like skinless chicken nugget and that
Hmm.
type of yeah.
Mm.
But like a good one with a little dip of sweet and sour sauce. Nope.
Yeah, yeah. No, those are addicting. They're definitely filling. All right. When you fight, is it personal or are you dealing with childhood trauma?
Personal.
Mm. All right. We can leave it at that one. What's tougher, the cage or your mother's disappointed silence? Well, I don't know what they're going through.
The
Um,
cage.
the cage is tougher. So your parents aren't disappointed in you at all. That's good. That's
Nah.
good. I don't think mine are either. Um, but I think a lot of people feel like theirs are, because they're disappointed in themselves.
It's the
But
expectation game. You can't play
mm,
it with every individual, even if you're related to them.
right, right, right. We got to just live for ourselves because it's our life to live. Um, all right. Would you rather? All right. This is kind of like the 100 bears question. Would you rather fight a bear-sized toddler or 10 toddler-sized bear?
Repeat it one more time, because it's a tongue
Would
twister.
you would you rather fight a bear-sized toddler or 10 toddler-sized bears?
10 toddler-sized bears.
Why is that?
Because them being in their bear form is gonna allow me not to hold back. I'll look at them like a pack of wolverines and like honey badgers and shit.
Right, right, right,
But a
right.
giant baby, I'm gonna
You only
hold
got to
back a
beat one
little,
toddler
but
though.
then the baby might grab you and go into like a baby rage on you, and you're not gonna get your hands around the head of the baby to give it like the shaken baby syndrome, and that's not even like, that's not even a joke. I just say, but and
All right. I think that fighting a bear-sized toddler would be easiest because then you only have to defeat one. And I understand, like, yeah, you don't want to hit a baby or a toddler or whatever, but you don't necessarily even have to. You don't even have to fight it necessarily. It says fight, but like you could just keep it from hitting you. You
and
know?
that's when you'll get the silence of disapproval from your parents. How you gonna
Mm.
tell the story like, yo, that baby was like 7 feet tall, but I beat the shit
That
out
baby was 7 feet tall. I'm telling you,
of
that's the
yo,
only reason I had to
yo.
hit him.
Like, yo, bro, I got ran down on by a pack of wild bears. They all was like 2 feet tall. I was able one went on my arm, grabbed the little fucker, broke his neck. It's different.
Yeah, you're right. That's a way cooler story. Yeah, that's true too. Um, yeah, and then it would be easier to hit them, because they're bears instead of babies. And not even babies, toddlers, which is I guess an older baby, slightly older baby, like three,
And for
four.
some reason, I could hear like a Scottish woman in the background. It was a baby. Like just disappointed, like, damn.
All right, next question. Do you iron your fight shorts or let Destiny handle the wrinkles?
Not iron, but they're folded probably like 2 weeks in advance.
Okay,
Like
gotcha. So
definitely.
you actually fold them.
Well, on the hanger, I'll let them hang on the hanger a certain way.
Oh, okay. So that avoids the wrinkles anyways then, if they're just
Hmm.
hanging. Okay, cool. All right, next question. What's your stance on people who say MMA isn't a sport but still call cornhole a workout? I don't know who the fuck says MMA isn't a sport or that MMA or that cornhole is a workout, but yeah, I don't know. They're
The
stupid,
only
I guess.
people, the only people that even think about cornhole are the people that can't play pickleball.
Mm, people who can't do other sports usually. Yeah.
Yeah, like bruh. Cornhole? That's not. And then, damn, didn't that make it into the Olympics? That's fucking
Could you
crazy. I
imagine if
mean,
you
sorry
got an
for
Olympic
cursing.
gold medal for cornhole though?
You was
Like,
cornholing for gold.
yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I would almost be ashamed to tell people I have a gold medal, or at least like I would be ashamed to tell them what it was for, you know?
You're beating up
Uh,
giant babies. You're winning gold
yeah,
medals for cornholing. What's going on in
yeah.
life?
It's a crazy world here, you know? It's a crazy, crazy universe we have. All right, next one. If you had to fight your emotions in a cage, which one would tap out first?
Is butterflies or anxiety or emotion or no? That's just like a state of being for a
I
moment.
think it's an emotion, I guess. I mean, it's a feeling, right?
Yeah, I guess the butterfly feeling, whatever that is, anxiety, that.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
Mm,
And it's not
yeah.
even the opponent or being in the ring, it's the walkout. Like first, if you didn't start from like Naga and get the butterflies and work your way up to finally get in super fights, maybe IBJJF or ADCC, bigger crowds, and then finally going somewhere that's like in the middle of arena. If you go straight from just going, you went to jujitsu and wrestling for 12 years since you was 4 years old, and now you're a 17-year-old black belt or a nasty ass brown belt, and you never had no competition, you go straight to Mohegan Sun type of arena, I swear you're gonna puke, or what Creed does, take the gloves off, take the gloves off, I gotta take a shit. That happens to
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. It the the emotions are definitely are tough, and you know, it's it's like you need to get that practice before you get into the cage as well, even like a smoker fight. But at the same time, you don't want to wait too long before you start either, because that's going to slow you down. And you're going to just keep giving yourself more and more reasons to not do and not start. And, so I don't know. I'm all for speeding up the process, but at the same time, you do want to make sure you get yourself prepared in that sense of like being ready mentally and being able to handle that anxiety going into it. All right, next question. I'm skipping through a lot of these because they're just irrelevant. Do you ever wake up sore from dreams of fighting people who owe you money? You have dreams of fighting people who owe you money?
But there's always, once you wake up, you realize you're sleeping on your arm in a weird, like halfway Americana grip or some weird thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have definitely armbarred myself while I slept, and sometimes it does fuck with you the rest of the day, messes up your shoulder and whatever, whatever, you know. But I haven't had dreams of fighting people who owe me money. Usually, they just owe it, and it's just gonna happen whenever. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I don't usually have dreams of fighting them though. That's not it's not really how I see it being solved.
You haven't
But
loaned out the wrong amount that they have very
yeah,
slow intentions on paying back.
yeah, I think it depends. Every situation's different too, and I think it depends on how much you really need the money, as to how much like you're gonna be, you know, dreaming of fighting the people who owe it to you. And yeah, but next question. If I start calling my yoga class the Octagon, do I have to register with the state? I don't have an answer for that one.
Me
If
either.
you start a business, you probably need to register with somebody though. And like if it's a physical location, I know you have to with like the town, but I don't know. Ask an accountant or some shit. Um, all right. Would you ever corner someone emotionally like you do physically? I mean, I guess it depends how they mean that. Like,
Yeah,
um, I mean, like, is it saying like the way that you're cornering them and through their emotions, like you're acting like their cornerman, like you got this, type of thing.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
that's what I'm taking it as. All right. If you weren't a fighter, would you be a motivational speaker or would you be a threat at Home Depot?
A threat at Home Depot. I
Yeah.
don't speak out loud too much unless I have to force myself to break the ice on either a subject or a situation. Like, I don't know.
Okay. I get it. I get it. Not everybody, is meant to be a speaker, and some people
Mhm.
are meant to fuck up Home Depot. Yeah. It wouldn't be an option if it wasn't something that would happen. So,
Mhm.
um, all right. Do you feel like violence is your love language or just your customer service voice? That's a really weird second part to it. Let's just
Violence
go with the
is
first part.
violence is a love language. It's only
Yeah.
how long until after you end up dating somebody that somehow you're play fighting to show that you could be playful or affectionate, but also that you could dominate, like to
Mm,
make them feel protected or like I don't know. It's violence is a love language.
okay. If your opponent compliments your footwork mid-fight, do you say thank you or kick harder? I don't know
Kick
who would
harder.
compliment someone's footwork mid-fight.
No, kick harder.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
they're
don't matter if
distracted,
he's a good.
obviously.
It don't matter if he's a good guy or an asshole. Kick harder.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you're in the middle of a fight.
Hmm.
All right. Next question. My pastor says cage fighting is unholy, but he also owns a sword. Who do I trust here? Trust yourself. Trust yourself. That's the best thing I can say. Trust yourself.
Agree.
Um, yeah. All right. How often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Yeah. Not often a lot, but at least once a month.
Once a month? That comes to your mind that often? Huh.
Yeah, because of the fall and how much influence they don't have. But at one
Mm.
point of history, they was like one of the in the top five, top three that
Yeah,
had the world in their palm. Like, and now what are they? Just a tourist attraction?
right. They used to be like what America is. They used to be the dominant, country, superpower, whatever the fuck we are, supercontinent, you know,
Hmm.
um, and just like owning everybody and everything. Except like weirdly enough, don't I think we owe other countries actually. We don't necessarily own them, they owe us. Or we owe them. We owe them, but we don't own them. Um so yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit different, but it sounds like it was a very similar
Hmm.
thing. All right. Would you rather fight in jeans for $1 million or in Crocs for eternal glory? Probably jeans for $1 million. Get that easy money.
If there's a such thing as real internal glory, I would take that.
Yeah.
Because that million, you gotta run through it, and by the time it goes down to your grandchildren, if you have it that long, like
Yeah,
it's
no, it's
gonna.
probably gone at that point unless you were smart with it and invested it and, whatever. But after taxes, you're left with like what, 600,000 of that million? So, yeah. Um,
You just
I don't
gotta
know.
think in your head, what would Dave Chappelle do?
Yeah, well, but what would eternal glory actually be? What does that actually mean, though?
Exactly. Like,
You know?
damn, if they could, like,
Eternal
cause you
glory to
hear,
who? To who as well? because it's not like to the
Hmm.
whole world necessarily. You know, it might just be eternally glorious to one person.
That's like a witch master trick question
Mm,
or a monkey palm wish gone wrong.
yeah, yeah, could be a little bit of a trick question. All right. Do you ever talk to your bruises? I don't.
Hell
Uh,
yeah. You talk
do
to
you?
your bruise. Getting
You
out the
talk to your
bed when
bruises?
my rib was broke was like, oh, you bitch. Like, oh,
Mm,
okay, fucking punk. Like, yeah, you talk to your bruises.
okay. All right. All right. You
That's
can yell at it. I mean, maybe I probably have without thinking of it, but never really like thought of it in that way of me talking to my bruises or injuries or whatever. But I've definitely
okay.
been
Have
like, fuck,
you
you know?
you do jujitsu, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
have
more
you
so in
ever
the
pulled a
past, but
muscle? Have you ever
yeah.
pulled a muscle in your shin?
Never in my shin, no.
But
No.
like
And
pulled a muscle?
I've never gotten shin splints either, which is like really weird because I've heard so many people like tell me how painful they are and whatever, whatever. And I can run the same fucking distance as them and then be fine. And it's just like, I don't know. But maybe my shins are just like not pain. I don't know. Don't have as much pain. Maybe they just work differently. Not sure. All right. How many punches does it take before you forget why you started fighting in the first place?
At least 30 clean punches. You might end up forgetting why you started fighting.
Mm, yeah, 30. What if it was like 40? It was like 50. You might get knocked out at that point. If it's like 50 clean shots, ground and pound.
Because you got to look at like from a boxing perspective, one clean one with one of their big ass gloves. They act,
Mm,
do you know where you're at? Do you know where you are? So imagine 30 clean straight jabs that has like it could break your
yeah.
nose, whatever. You're gonna where am I? Yeah, you're in the boxing ring. While I'm fighting, you might forget while you're fighting. Clean, like it's yeah.
Mm, that's true. That's true. All right. What's the weirdest thing someone's yelled at you from the crowd and did it work?
um, it was a blue belt tournament. Gi won earlier this year, and after doing the electric chair thing, I got to his back, and one of my teammates was just in the crowd. We're naked, we're naked, we're naked. And you can hear it in the video. And I tapped him with a rear naked.
Nice. Nice. So it did work.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. All right. Have you ever stared at the cage wall and thought, man, this would be a great place for a curtain rod? I've never
No.
thought that. All right. Do fighters accidentally hug too long after a fight and start a friendship?
Yeah. Like, bruh,
Hmm.
I don't want your fucking phone number, especially if I lost. What the fuck? What the hell? Nah. Like, now, if it's a tie or they beat you, almost the same thing. It depends. Like, I don't know.
Hmm.
Like, even if it's like a chill type of relationship, like bad guy, good guy, but not
Right.
as toxic as Khabib and Connor. You know,
Right, right,
like
right. You don't want to go to that level. All right. If you could fight your past mistakes, would you still underestimate them?
no.
No?
Yeah.
I feel like I would. I would forget how much they really fucked up my life, the mistakes, because I would have moved on, you know?
I
And
wouldn't underestimate them.
mm,
But so you would still underestimate the mistakes that you did?
I think in a sense because I would forget how much of a mistake it actually led to.
Probably the
Or
minor ones. Like if you
yeah,
drunk too much and you're like, oh my God, if you just get me through this, I'll never drink again. Or if you smoked it, oh my God, if you get me through this, I'll never smoke again. Like if but I'm pretty sure you got some mistakes that if you had to repeat it, you won't underestimate it.
I would want to fix mistakes in my life for sure. But
Mhm.
it doesn't mean that I wouldn't underestimate them, like meaning I feel like I would probably not take it as seriously as I probably should because I won't realize how bad of a mistake it actually ended up becoming in the sense of like because everything kind of like life plays into itself like this mistake might lead to this decision which now brings you into this and this and this and then now these good things happen and so even if there are a lot of mistakes I've made in my life, I do know that a lot of them also led to good things that I would not have had otherwise and meeting people that I wouldn't have otherwise. And so, like one, quote unquote mistake, I guess, that in my life, I had an idea like 3 years ago that I started to create called Only Fighters. And it was going to be like a social media platform for fighters, grapplers, and, all of MMA and combat sports. But then, like, over invested into it, and it really wasn't any demand for it, and, but at the same time, as much of a waste of time and money as I see that as at times, I also wouldn't have met a lot of the people who are still in my life today. And I wouldn't have ever started the cartoon that I've created, Jiu-Jitsu Monkey and Friends, because it was through the Only Fighters thing where I met the people that inspired some of those characters. And I just don't know if I would have crossed paths with them otherwise. So
Real quick,
I
you mind
don't
if I grab
know.
some
Yeah, go for it.
real quick? You mind if I grab some water real quick?
Go for it. Go for it. Do your
It's time
thing.
for LA tagging out
Okay.
Robert Cultures of the Bergen Show. Too fast to skip without missing out. Need a home, he's your friendly guide. Tommy Despar's always by your side.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Of course. No problem. All right. Next question. What's your safe word when life puts you in a chokehold? I don't know that I have one, but I'm going to say banana.
Say F me.
F me. All right. All right. So that's your safe word. So if you ever say fuck me, then I know you're not okay. You need to get out of the choke. All right. Would you rather get KO'd on pay-per-view or win on live TV without views? So like you win on live TV and nobody sees it, or you get knocked out on pay-per-view and people see it.
I'd rather the one with no views. I'd rather the one.
Where you win? Hmm. Okay. I mean, I think there'd be benefits to both because you want to get the views, but you don't want those views to be you getting your ass knocked out, Especially if it's a bad knockout. Like, yeah. So
Now,
I'd probably go with the same.
if it had a
I'd probably
chance that you like would lose 110%, like going against Royce Gracie in his prime,
right.
and you're at the level that you're at currently. If you know he's gonna fucking knock me out. I could feel it. Even if like it's no.
Well,
But
he
I'm
wouldn't
getting
he wouldn't
money
knock you
from the
out, but he
paper.
might choke you. He might choke you out.
Yeah.
Hoist wouldn't knock you out, I don't think.
But he would be able to, because he comes from like a combat jujitsu type of background and big garage matches where anybody that wanted to
I just
smoke
think
with
your
him.
stand up's so much better than his. Like think about that was 20 years ago that he was in his prime. The sport has evolved so much since then that like as good as he was in that time and as much as he did for the sport, I believe that people who are not even anywhere close to his level now like would be able to compete with him and be able to hold their own, maybe even win because the sport has just evolved a lot. And I'm not saying like your average, person on the street or whatever would beat him or even your average amateur fighter, but like anybody that's semi-professional, I would say is probably close to the level of where the sport was 20 years ago, and maybe
Mhm.
even better. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, to a certain extent, it's like when Michael Jordan's era, it was other good guys that was good, that was dope, but it wasn't none on his level.
Mm,
Kobe and LeBron's era, they're on Jordan's level, not on his level, but like how Jordan was back then, and they got other people that could almost match them. When God, I mean, rest in peace, Kobe, but even when he was alive, him and LeBron wasn't the only two names that like people had to deal with. Back then, Jordan, people that no matter what, it was gonna be a problem for everybody. Jordan, Shaq, those are like the number two. I mean, one and two.
mm.
Oh no, it was Jordan and Pippen. No, 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 no. But now the level of competition now compared with Kobe's and LeBron's garbage. All these kids are getting deals to be trash. Like even some of the UFC fights and the amateur MMA fights I be seeing from PFL or like reality fighting or whatever clips you see on Facebook. It's like, bro, how long did you train for before fighting? Are you a fighter by heart, or are you somebody that just learned how to fight through class, Muay Thai? Did you grow up fighting, and then all the skills that you had in fighting that you thought you was nice, you finally ended up in training. You realize how much you don't know how to fight, but you're good, excellent street fighter, kicks, takedowns, everything. But then when you bring it from street fighting to a competition sport, are you just as effective? No. Everybody starts from white belt. I don't care how many hand knockouts you have in the projects or on grandfather's farm or in the Brazil projects or whatever street. Once you walk on the mat, it's a whole different thing.
Well, what if they can beat up 10 bear-sized toddlers or toddler-sized bears?
Hey, they're ruthless. That's like the
Yeah,
guy they call Tree Trunk from Brazil, who got
tree
kicked
trunk.
out the UFC. He looked like he'll go against a few babies.
Okay, I've never heard of him. Tree trunk.
Now, if it's a horror movie situation and there's giant babies, it's over for them.
Mm. Yeah, if it's a movie at that point, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not even life. You can kind of disassociate from it
Hmm.
and just be like an actor. You're now the action hero instead,
Exactly.
trying to protect the world, trying to protect your home, your town, whatever. All right. If you could armbar time itself, would you make weekends longer?
Nope.
No.
No.
I'd like each day to be longer, but not necessarily weekends to be longer. Just every single day.
Yeah.
Like
That's
if
like
if
a
there could be like 48-hour days where they're now twice as long, then I could get a lot more shit done.
and no
And,
more of that daylight savings bullshit.
mm,
Like
yeah,
no.
yeah, that makes it tough. It makes it confusing at times. You know, and I don't know. I understand the need for it, but at the same time, the problem's going to fix itself. So why are we creating a new problem to try to like counteract it? You know,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I think some places don't even do daylight savings. I'm not sure where, but I think there are places that don't do it.
That's good.
And
That's like
I
that
know,
Indian quote, Native American quote. If you cut 2 inches off the top of a blanket and then sew it to the bottom, does it make it longer?
mm,
Or does it make it shorter?
right. Well, it's from the same blanket, right? Yeah, so it doesn't do anything.
The hour we add and the hour we take away be in the same year. I can see if we wait to the next year to do it, but we do it in the year. And it's like,
Yeah, can we take some like hours from future years and then add them in now? And then like, we'll just let our future selves deal with it and have shorter days, like 5 hour days,
nah.
but for the next like 10 years, have like 40 to 50 hour days. That would be interesting how it would work, but I can't see it ever manifesting that way just because of the sun and like it would just be way too confusing for people to be able to adapt their lives to if we had more than a 24-hour day.
No,
Yeah.
you just go about it more. Naps would be more valuable. Your time
Mm,
of rest would be a lot more valuable. It would people won't be on the apps or any device too long and they know it's a 50-hour day.
yeah.
Bruh, you're not gonna waste too much time scrolling. But then on another note, you're not gonna pay attention to any news, TV wise, whatever wise. You're gonna be more consumed with your especially you
Your
live in like
purpose.
a cold region, you're gonna use more heat, electric. So now you're back to even being like a more effective drone. I can't worry about nothing going on out in the world. I got to get these hours in so I could have enough rest, but also have
Mm.
enough to keep the bills going. And it'll be little stop stations where you could take like a secure nap for like $5. It'll
Oh, I
lock
like
down,
that.
nobody could get in. Like
That's a
yeah,
good
rest
idea.
would be valued.
Yeah, absolutely. Because going 48 hours without sleep would be like a lot. And, people do it and can definitely do it consistently for a while, but at a certain point, you're just burning the candle too much and you're going to eventually burn out. Um, but yeah, all right, cool. So, reality fighting, January 3rd, and you'll be competing against Hoist Gracie. And yeah, so we're looking forward to that.
Man, if I was, shit, I'm straight hill hooks. I'm not wasting no time with no other, no nothing or nothing. Because that was after his time. I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure he researched it and trained it, but I'm gonna spam it so good. You gotta think I'm a 135 fighter.
Okay.
Like I'm not. I won't hesitate. It's gonna be a quick gap, or
If it
I'll do
was
it
MMA,
before.
you
I'll
could
do
hit
it
him with
before
some
we even
calf
have
kicks.
a chance. Mhm.
If it was MMA, you could hit him with some calf kicks because that like came way after his time. Like even Michael Bisping had won the middleweight championship he fought his whole career without ever getting calf kicked. Like that's so crazy how recent that is. That
Mhm.
people just started recently, very recently, getting kicked in the calf. Like I don't know why nobody thought of that before. I mean, you sweep out the feet with a kick, you know. It
The same reason why most don't use wrist locks or keto joint locks because it's so nasty. It's like y'all want to beat this dude, but I want to be known as that piece of shit guy that did this particular submission. But it's like it's a submission. It's not illegal. Do it. If you get it off, you get it off. If,
right.
if, if you
Within the
go
rules.
for some type of collar tie and they're able to hit you quick with a wrist lock or something weird and you tap and the match just started,
Mm,
okay, he tapped you. He didn't kick your ass. Yo, he outpointed you that whole round, probably like 30 points, and then submitted the fuck out of you. Like you got smoked. If he caught you with some quick, sneaky, like, oh, tap that, like, what the fuck? No, no, no. No. Oh, well.
right. Right.
It was
Right.
made for a reason to be fast and effective. It's not until like recent years we started putting into competitive sports and this and that, and some of it could even make it to the Olympics. Like they have no choice but to put MMA in the Olympics.
Right. Right. They So speaking of that, I'm thinking right now, enhanced games. Have you heard of that?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Enhanced
yeah.
games. So I'm pretty sure they're having MMA in that. And it's just like the Olympics, except they're like allowed to take the drugs that they want to take, steroids or whatever the fuck they're gonna take.
hmm And
So
people was bashing it at first.
yeah, yeah. But honestly, it's probably the best way to do it because the people are gonna take the stuff anyway for the most part in order to be at that highest level. So you might as well just allow it to be okay and sanctioned and then just like know what everybody's doing and just kind of monitor it that way as opposed to, you know, just letting it happen and then pretending it doesn't and then, bashing the idea of it
Mhm.
or whatever. But yeah.
That's why I'm happy that reality fighting is making sure that it's gonna be 215. Because there has not been one competition or super fight where the weight was supposed to be 210, 205, and then the person I'm going against is 240,
Mhm.
230. Like, bro.
Okay.
Now, if I get beat by somebody that they don't test here, boom, 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 and he beats me, I'm not gonna ask because I think that's a little rude and disrespectful unless you know the person. Not
Mhm.
even if you heard rumors, you shouldn't ask them. But if you could tell, all right, I could tell, but don't go pouting about it. But if you do beat me and you're on son, if you keep it real with me on everything I love, I would not out you. I'm not one of those internet chasing guys. I'm not an influencer. I'm not a content creator. The videos that I put up of me working out, I've been doing that before Instagram got cool.
Mhm.
Just not at no crazy. And I only put up stuff that I would be attracted to or watch or whatever.
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
if you're dirty and me and you end up in any ring to any future opponent or any past opponent, which I know at two of the Nagas, you can feel. I understand now when people are like, yo, you're gonna know when you go against somebody on something because their strength is gonna feel unnatural. I've been against dudes that could throw up 450 easy, a few racks, a few sets, and felt their strength. And then you feel somebody that's on something and feel their strength and feel like, yo, what the fuck was that? Nah, it's like a wave that you can't stop.
Mhm.
Even if a
Yeah.
car is going 10 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour, you feel like you can stop it and probably slow it down. But if a Mack truck comes down the street doing 40, 50, you're going to be like, bruh, the difference is uncomparable. Both are stronger than you, but the difference is crazy.
Yeah. I remember hearing this clip of Chael Sonnen. He was talking about one of his fights. I don't remember if it was, I think it was John Jones he was talking about. And he said when he took that fight, he said that he said, I had a higher juice concentrate than Tropicana. And when I went in there, John Jones still ran through me like a Mack truck into a Toyota Corolla. And he was like, as soon as he got me against the cage, I knew I was fucked.
Mhm.
And it's like, so I don't know that John Jones is on anything. I don't want to say he is. I think he's just like a super athlete, truthfully, and has a lot of genetic advantages and, definitely worked his ass off too, but was, significantly gifted with his physique for sure and his, ability. Um, but I think that like at a certain point, testosterone, steroids, they're not going to help as much as we probably are giving them credit for. And at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the fighter who's taking them. That is like the one who wins it, as opposed to like the substance isn't what's winning it. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll give
Somewhat,
you an
but
advantage, but it's not going to give you a huge advantage to where you're like 100% winning.
and if you're on it, you need to look like you're on it. Now,
Mm.
what Jones looked at like his last fight, I don't care how great of a wrestler or kickbox Muay Thai or he had what run, bro. When even with boxing, it's a lot of different sports. That I love that I hate when it's the heavyweight or light heavyweight and they look like shit. I don't even if they're good or bad. Like, bro, when he fought, what's the guy's name? CPay, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, that looked at like you ever heard of the boxing movie called The Great White Hope?
No, what's that?
It's one of the Wayans brothers. He's a champion, but he gets so fat and nasty. One of the kids, one of this Irish kid, knocked him out back in the day. So then he ends up at a press conference with the guy that wants to fight the champ, knocks him out. Then they get back into it. But then
Okay.
after that, he almost knocks him out again. The champ ends up winning him, showing him like, yo, you're not a boxer. You can't just hop in. You didn't go through Nagas, super fights, blah, 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 and then jump here and be like, how many PFL or other organizations hopped in UFC and just their debut is like, bro, stay local. You're not ready for international or
Right.
go nationwide. You're not ready for international.
Mm.
So it's like,
Yeah.
with Jones, no. You gotta, it don't got your physique. Like, I'm 40. I don't know how old the kid is, or I don't even mean to call him a kid, how old he is that I'm going against. But I could take a blood test, urine test, hair sample, spinal fluid, anything randomly. So if he's clean or dirty, I'm still expecting him to be more in shape. Bro, we about to compete at a very high level that it's not the other stages, it's our own stage, but it's still at a high level of the stage. Like, don't come in there with a bare belly. I'm not disrespecting ADCC, but don't show up like some of those dudes.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
some
you
of them
can't be
go
like Roy
in
Nelson.
looking like Butterbean. I done seen
Yeah.
guys looking like Butterbean in ADCC, still inverting, trying to catch a heel hook. Like, oh shit! Like, okay, cool, but if he gets the belt, I'm gonna be disgusted. Cause now I'm not no. I wish I was an internet troll
Mm.
that was better than like a brown belt right now. Cause then I call out so many people. Like, bro, I'll be seeing some dudes like wait, he did that. That's all he did. Like when Gordon Ryan was clowning Nikki and the other guy, and he was stuck in the mount for like 7 minutes or some change. So then Gordon Ryan made a what is it? One of those teachable videos where his girl, like, now if you're a fucking ADC champion, all this bullshit, you were stuck in the mount. I'm gonna show you how to get out of it. It's not like wild trolling, but it's enough. Like, bruh, I was so many UFC guys or boxing guys, like, nah. I don't want to see your training videos and then none of that is emulated in your match. I don't want to see your crazy Mike Tyson sparring matches, and then when you
If
get
you're
there,
not gonna
none
show
of
it in
that,
the fight, yeah.
nothing you did there is there. I don't want to see you running on a treadmill or the fucking devil's bite for 50 minutes, but I get in the ring with you and I'm trying my hardest. I'm down to 2 cigarettes a day, and my gas tank blows yours out the water. My stamina blows yours out the water. Don't come from wrestling and you're 22, not clean, and I smoke you, which has happened. So it's like, I'm not the best example, probably not even an example, but like of a standard of a blue belt or an athlete at 40 years old. Like, bruh, there's no reason why anybody should be looking. If you're a champion or striving to be one, or even if you're not nowhere near a champion and you got a record, bad or good, represent the sport that you are. Not just your personality and behavior, but your physical attributes speaks volumes too. It speaks volumes to your school, your style. Like, it don't just represent you. That's why it's like, when you went to John Jones, I don't care if he's clean or dirty. I have fought dudes on the street that was clean or dirty, competed against dudes that's clean or dirty. It's just the representation. You can't be the best looking like that out. It's like that guy that's loud at the bar. I'll fucking knock anybody out. And you're like, yo, who's out? That's crazy. Jay beats everybody up. Like, nah, yo, Jay, you're not knocking nobody out over here. If Jay don't look like, okay, Jay got a reason for being knockout Jay. Even some of those dudes. It's been dudes that's been twice my size that look like they should be like, you know, the T-bar that you can put the plates on?
Yeah.
I might do 4 plates as a normal workout. I'll try 5 to impress myself. I done went with dudes that's 6'5", 6'4", not clean. I put on 3 plates, like, okay, you going heavy from the rip. Like, nah, 3 plates only a warm-up. We're getting on that struggle. throw on four plates. Okay, this is the workout. And I'm putting in speed to keep the generation of power active in me. And you're struggling, but you're no, 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 no. Stop whatever you're doing, whatever drug you're doing. Keep doing it, but when you like, don't do that. Don't be a champion or a competitor and be the sloppiest looking dude. And I seen some that has caught people with dickhead like wrist locks pop their shit or a heel hook and purposely pop it, and it's like, oh, if I could run into that dude, because it's like it's only, you know how like in your gym you have a certain amount of people that you're comfortable with that you could go 60% without injuring each other. It's like 60% is perfectly where, all right, stay there. 50%, you're not going to get injured, but you're not going to get the real feel of a competition. 60%, I'm putting my forehead on your chin while I'm passing. I'm putting a crazy knee in while grabbing your gi and pulling you to me, like trying to put my knee through your spine, not on your belly. So it's different at 60%, but not enough to make you like, you know, you can do 60% with somebody that's not going to, once you go 60% with them, they don't show up for like a month or 2 weeks. And you're like, damn, I thought, I thought he was better than me. And everybody dealt with a teammate like that.
Right. All right. So we will do another one after you win on January 3rd, if you want. And then we'll call it today. And I'll get you some clips from this podcast, and I'll let you know when I have it uploaded, et cetera, et cetera. And
are you going to interview my opponent too?
Yeah, I can. If you want me to.
Yeah, hey, if you want to ask him for me and him to make it interesting, I know he's a purple belt, but I'm trying to make blue belts great again. I was a white belt trying.
All right.
I was a white belt trying, and my coach was like, nah, you're getting promoted. I tried to go to regular, not absolute or expert. Coach is like, nah, you're doing that. So one of my birthday belts, if he's willing to put up one of his like hard to get, like every belt medal is the story that it took to do that, to get into weight cutting or learning this submission, learning this escape. It ain't just a $3 piece of thing or none of that. Like both of those is on my birthday, my 40th birthday, in my hometown. Awesome. So there's like, but yeah, if you interview him, ask him if he has one, even if he has one of those and they're from this year, that makes it perfect. One of my birthday belts for one of his belts. That'd be dope. Okay. Like, cause that's gonna make the crowd like, hold up, people, you can put up your belts and stuff. Like, yo, I'll watch that. Like, who the fuck put up belts?
All right. Let me see what kind of mischief I can stir up for you.
Yeah. Even some positive mischief is good.
Yeah, of course.
Like, yo, the general's willing to put up his birthday belt. If you're willing to put up one of your belts that you knew it was hard work for you to fucking get. It's sick. He got sentimental value with it. I got sentimental value. And I know the Naga owner, he's going to love it.
Yeah.
Because then now, at least once a year, he could give us a super fight. Everybody that has won a belt in any Naga competition throughout the year, the end of the year, you get a chance to challenge somebody else for theirs. And we can make that yearly. And like, let's see who really deserves belts.
I like it.
Because my dude, you know what I mean? Salute to the Wolf, man. He finally got his belt. You know what I mean? Chimaev. Hamza, that's my guy. Like, he's an underdog, so I love his story. And he's not toxic. He got a sense of humor. You know what I mean? But when he gets in there, you see what he did to this guy popping his jaw, but he still got respect and love for him, but he ain't try to hug him. Brother, come, I'm gonna feed you. He ain't do all of that with him. We don't gotta do a lot of that, you know. You don't gotta invite me to your open mat. Cause soon as like some opponents or some people, not all, yo, you're 40? Cause I'll be like, yeah, I gotta visit my grandchild. And it's been like 5 dudes that, wait, you got a grandkid? Wait, you're 40? They told me in the competition you was gonna be this. Yo, they told me for the super fight you was this age. I'm like, nah, I just became a blue belt. Like, what? Like, yeah, I'm hungry and I'm a passionate fighter. And not just reading the usual books, Art of War, this, that, and third. Grew up to the old bootleg kung fu movies with the subtitles and the wires before the Matrix. Remember, I'm 40. We got the best of the late 90s, early 2000s, and now all of this.
Yeah. So the world's changed a lot in your time too.
From payphones to this right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember the
that's fucking crazy.
Projection screens and all of that, and your teacher writes on it and it projects on the board. To now,
yeah, smart boards. Yeah.
But
I remember what you were talking about even before smart boards, where you'd write on the thing with a marker. Yeah. Oh my God, that was so long ago.
Thank you.
I would have been in like 6th or 7th grade or some shit, dude.
It was asking kids in their 20s and their teens now. They thought it was a Nintendo.
A Nintendo?
Like, is that a Nintendo or the first PlayStation? I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm at that level of oldness.
Let's play. Let's play some Donkey Kong.
And then the graffiti artists, they'll pay you if you could, find one, because they'll use it for their graffiti. They'll put the picture there, go to the wall and spray paint it. That's why some artists they was faking. Like it's not all graffiti art was from a random artist that was like the colors just talk volumes, like none of that bullshit. But if you could convince him to put up a belt that was hard to him or has sentimental value, I'll put it up.
All right.
Tell him like, yo, send Reality Fight a new photo and I'll send a new one with your belt, one with me with just one belt. And that's going to even make other spectators more curious. Like, yo, they got a championship match? Yes. But it's not.
Yeah, they do now.
We could turn it. 6-7, we could turn it maybe.
Yeah.
It is.
I like it. So send me your opponent and then that other guy that we talked about earlier. And then I'll work some magic for you.
Matt Flower from UFC BJJ.
Okay.
What are you saying? BBJ.
Okay. All right. Send me the profiles though. It's gonna be the easiest if you can.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. All right. And then I am gonna get started with the next podcast. So we'll call this one. And then January 3rd, you're going to be competing against Hoist Gracie, and you're winning winning one of his titles. And then after you beat Hoist, we can do another interview, and you can talk all about the win.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me today, Anthony Lewis, Shottie Tha General. Thank you for having me, boss. And we will see you again soon.
All right.
All right. Later.
Need a home, he's your friendly guide. Tommy Despard's always by your side. Works real hard to find your space. Mariah Bull with a smiling face. Tommy Despard, he's the one you call. Friendly and steady, he's got it all. Next home you lead with heart and might. He'll find your dream home, day or night. From dawn to dusk, he's on the grind. A harder worker you won't find. With Nexum tools and that orange pup, Tommy's the guy to lift you up. Tommy Despard, he's the one you call. Friendly and steady, he's got it all. Next home elite, with heart and might. He'll find your dream home, day or night. So trust in Tommy, He's your friend, reliable realtor till the end. Clouds decor, eco-conscious and bright, ghost and bright, emulsion magic, colors take flight. Home improvement with the planet first vow. Paint your world, feel the wow. Vibrant eco-clouds decor now. Now, 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 now. Now, 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 now. One hit, one dose, smooth and clean. One hit, wanna keep your session serene. Every wanna dose it right, every puff pure delight. Dose it right, every puff pure delight. Dose it right. One hit, one dose, smooth and clean. One hit, wanna keep your session serene. Wanna dose it right, every puff, pure delight. Wanna dose it right, every puff, pure delight.
Yo, it's your boy spitting real talk, no cap. Dreams so big they bust the map. But hold up, let's get one thing straight. Exceptional life, it's a high stakes fate. Chillin' at home, praying for the shine. Want a penthouse whip and a gold line grind. I'm like, yo, make my life epic, no norm. But word is exceptional's a wild storm. Unique ain't always popping champagne. Could be locked in a cell feeling that pain. A coma's unique, so's a big screen glow. Exceptional's just breaking from the status quo. I'm trying to flex, yeah, skyscraper dream. Big chains, bright fame, living supreme. But they say no light without dark, that's truth. You want the crown, gotta bleed, no truce. Exceptional ain't always lit. Nah, could be mansions or stuck in a pit. Yeah, light needs dark, that's the deal. Gotta grind through the gauntlet to feel. No quit, no excuses, I'm holding it down. Winners keep pushing, never leave town. Exceptional life, I'm built for the fight. Spitting raw truth in the moonlit night. They said this logic's clean. Let's keep it real, if you're slow, you'll miss it, no big deal. But if you're sharp, it's simple, no stress. Winners need losers, that's the cosmic chess. Skies like, you want that top tier prize. Run the gauntlet, dodge the lows in disguise. Some folk crying, man, it's too rough. They turn to losers, life's cold, tough luck. But me, I'm wired to outlast the grind. Sweat on my face, but I'm keeping it aligned. Every winner feels the weight, that's fact. The difference I push, never turn it back. Exceptional ain't always lit. Nah, could be mansions or stuck in a pit. Yeah, light needs dark, that's the deal. Gotta grind through the gauntlet to feel. No quit, no excuses, I'm holding it down. Winners keep pushing, never leave town. Exceptional life, I'm built for the fight. Spitting raw truth in the moonlit night. Yo, I'm dreaming of the top, but it's a trek, every stumble's just a test. No wreck, they say, no light without dark, that's real. Gotta face the lows to cop that thrill. Dodging excuses, no, I ain't got time. Every winner's walking that same hard line. The gauntlet's tough, but I'm built to endure. Exceptional vibes, man, my heart's pure. Picture me cruising in the whip, no stress, but exceptional's messy. Gotta confess, could be red carpets, could be bars in a cage. Gotta stay focused, keep flipping the page. Voice in my head like, don't be a clown. crown. The path to the top, it's a brutal showdown, but I'm locked in. No quitting, I'm set, got the heart to break clocks. No regret, exceptional ain't always lit. Nah, could be mansions or stuck in a pit. Yeah, light needs dark, that's the deal. Gotta grind through the gauntlet to feel. No quit, no excuses, I'm holding it down. Winners keep pushing, never leave town. Exceptional life, I'm built for the fight. Spitting raw truth in the moonlit night. So pray for the stars, but know the cost. Exceptional's wild, you could win or get lost. Light and dark, they dance in the game. I'm out here, repping that untamed flame.
I am a winner. Yeah. It's gonna work out, just wait and see. I'm on my way up, don't pity me. Might not know how, might not know when, but in the end I still win. But in the end I still win. Sometimes the path don't make no sense. Feels like I'm climbing a barbed wire fence. Twists and turns I never planned, but I keep moving, I don't need to understand. Yeah, it gets tricky, yeah, it gets rough. Life throws punches trying to call my bluff, but I'm built different, I don't fold. This Coach Bergen show gon' turn me gold. Even when I'm down or the light feels dim, the scoreboard lies, I still win. I am a winner. You better believe it's gonna work out, just wait and see. I'm on my way up, don't pity me. Might not know how, might not know when, but in the end I still win. Simulation running, testing my soul, but every scene's under coach's control. Even when it looks like I lost the round, I'm just setting up my comeback crown. This life's a show, but I know the cheat. Faith and fire can't be beat. Every setback's just a scene in the rerun reel of a winning dream. The L, I see the lesson. They count me out, I'm manifesting. It's the Coach Bergen show, playing my part. Win or lose, I own this heart. I am a winner. Sail out. It's gonna work out through every cloud. I may fall down, but I rise again. In this life game, I still win. Oh yeah, I still win. Oh yeah, I still win. Even when I'm losing, I still win. Even when it's bruising, I still win. The Coach Bergen show, no need to pretend. 'Cause in this simulation, I still win. Every brand's got a vibe, but is it clear? It's gotta be unique so the world can hear. From the tone to the style to the message you choose, a custom theme song is your brand's own groove. It's like a fingerprint, something you can't fake. Turn a name into fame with the sound you make. Personalized jingles, your brand's unique voice. We craft the beat, you make the noise. Coma, dreaming, creative, we'll set you apart. Your brand's a star, and the sound's the spark. Think Coca-Cola's fizz or that Disney vibe. A jingle makes you pop, gives your brand its tribe. It's custom, it's yours, from start to the end. It's the sound of your biz, it's the sound of a trend. It's a vibe, it's a hook, it's the key to recall. The sound that connects when you give them a call. the sound's the spark. Yo, hit me up, let's bring it to life. Make a sound, cut through the noise and strike.